and welcome to another booktube video from me, Lauren, from Lauren and the Books. I hope you're all very well. Today's video, it's a book haul. It's a book haul of the books that I've got my mitts on end of October, beginning of November. Majority are ones that I've been sent by the publisher, but two I bought yesterday. There's some Christmas books in here, guys. A few people have messaged me on Instagram saying, are you going to be doing a video of the books that you're going to be reading in December? Yes, that will be appearing, as always, at the beginning of Vlogmas. It's normally like my second or third video. But yeah, if you want to get an idea of some Christmas books that are coming out that I'm going to be reading, this haul and like hauls back in October and September, I have some Christmassy books in. But let us begin. So let's talk about two books that are coming out at the beginning of next year that I've been sent. The first one is Peach Blossom Spring by Melissa Fu. Look at this beautiful proof cover. This comes out on the 17th of March 2022, and this is published by Wildfire. Let me read you the plot. Oh God, it looks so nice. A powerful story of resilience, migration, and a family search for a place to call home. It's 1938 in China and the Japanese are advancing. A young mother, Mei Lin, is forced to flee her burning city with her 4-year-old son, Renshu, and embark on an epic journey across China. For comfort, they turn to their most treasured possession, a beautifully illustrated hand scroll. Its ancient fables offer solace and wisdom as they travel through their ravaged country, seeking refuge. Years later, Renshu has settled in America as Henry Dow. His daughter is desperate to understand her heritage, but he refuses to talk about his childhood. How can he keep his family safe in this new land when the weight of his history threatens to drag them down? Yeah, this sounds amazing. It says here, spanning continents and generations, Peach Blossom Spring is a bold and moving look at history of modern China, told through the story of one family. Yeah, that does sound amazing. It's also got a map in the beginning there of China in 1938. So yeah, very much looking forward to that. And as I said, that's out in March next year. Book that's coming out in January next year, which I plan on reading this week actually, is The Twyford Code by Janice Hallett. You'll know that I read The Appeal by Janice Hallett earlier this year and very much enjoyed it. This looks as though it's sort of set in a similar way as The Appeal. So The Appeal was a murder mystery book whereby you're following two law students who are working their way through emails, text messages, minutes of the parish council, trying to work out who was murdered. You don't find out actually who does the murder until halfway through. I had such an awful lot of fun with it. I read it literally in 2 days. And this is her new book, The Twyford Code, which is set through audio files. So in a similar way to it not being just like sort of text. So here's like a transcription between two people talking, etc. I think it's a lot to do with codes and stuff. Now the blurb is very exciting because the blurb is written with a bit of coding. So it says, 40 years ago, Stephen Smith found a copy of a famous children's book, its margins full of strange markings and annotations. He took it to his remedial English teacher, Miss Isles, who became convinced it was the key to solving a puzzle. That a message in secret code ran through all Edith Twyford's novels. Then Miss Isles disappeared on a class field trip and Stephen's memory won't allow him to remember what happened. Now, throughout this, a lot of these letters are highlighted in red. So, the Twyford Code, it spells out. So, yeah, very exciting that is involved in the blurb. So, yeah, very immersive these books are, and I'm looking forward to reading that as well, and that's out in January. I have been sent Michaela Cole's Misfits, a personal manifesto. This is out this year. Oh God, the end papers of this are absolutely beautiful. Look, they've got like little bits of gold in it as well. David watched and loved I May Destroy You earlier this year, and I know Michaela Cole's having a real moment at the moment. Michaela Cole's McTaggart lecture touched a lot of people with her striking revelations about race, class and gender, but in the end the person most impacted was Cole herself. Building on this speech, Misfits immerses readers in a deeply personal vision through powerful allegory and anecdotes from her East London upbringing to her discovery of theatre and love for storytelling. With inspiring insight and wit, she tells of her reckoning with trauma and metamorphosis into a champion for herself. Inclusivity and radical honesty, and in telling her journey, invites us to reflect on our own. By embracing our differences, she says, we can transform our lives. This sounds amazing. So yeah, I'm very much looking forward to reading that as well. Look at it, lovely. Beautiful little thing. What's it look like underneath? It's got Misfits and there. Very gorgeous. And then the rest, as I said, are Christmas or winter books. Again, a few sent to me by the publisher. This one published by HQ. And this is Midnight in Everwood by M.A. Kuznia. Now, this is a retelling of The Nutcracker, a story that I'm not particularly familiar with. However, I do have an illustrated book, pop-up book of The Nutcracker that David's mum got me and David, I think, for Christmas last year. I'm going to read that first before I go into there, just so I'm familiar with the retelling. This is set in Nottingham in 1906, and it says Marietta Stell longs to be a ballerina. That's to do with the Nutcracker, isn't it? Ballerinas. But as Christmas draws nearer, her dancing days are numbered. She must marry and take up her place in society in the new year. But when a mysterious toy maker, Dr. Drosselmeyer, purchases a neighbouring townhouse, it heralds the arrival of magic and wonder in Marietta's life. After Drosselmeyer constructs an elaborate theatrical set for her final ballet performance on Christmas Eve, Marietta discovers it carries a magic all of its own, a magic darker than anyone could imagine. As the clock chimes midnight, Marietta finds herself transported from her family's ballroom to a frozen sugar palace, silent with secrets, in a forest of snow-topped fir trees. She must find a way to return home before she's trapped in Everwood's enchanted grip forever. Sugar Plum Fairy, that's, is this it? No, I don't know it. Sugar Plum Fairy, something to do with the Nutcracker though, isn't it? Again, lovely end papers. So yeah, Christmassy and exciting. That can go me Christmassy and exciting. Then wintry, although this is set in the run-up to Paris, to Christmas. This is called The Strays of Paris by Janice Smiley. And this is about a spirited young racehorse called Paris who lives in a stable in the French countryside. Then one afternoon she pushes open the gate of her stall and, travelling through the night, arrives quite by chance in the dazzling streets of Paris. She soon meets a German short-haired pointer named Frida, two irrepressible ducks and an opinionated raven. This sounds like a Disney film. And life among the animals in the city's lush green spaces is enjoyable for time, but everything changes when Paris meets a human boy, Etienne, and discovers a new otherworldly part of Paris, the secluded ivy-walled house where the boy and his nearly 100-year-old great-grandmother live quietly and keep to themselves. As the cold weather of Christmas nears, that's the Christmas link, the unlikeliest friendship blooms among the strays of Paris. So yeah, that's a wintry, Christmassy book as well. Now, I've had a series, 3 Christmas books sent to me from my wish list from somebody wonderful called Emily. Emily has not pulled herself forward to say that she is the Emily that sent them. But Emily, know this. I've asked on Instagram and on here, thank you so much for the 3 Christmas books you've sent me. I'm going to have such a lovely time reading them over Christmas. And the last one is A Scandinavian Christmas, a festive tales for a Nordic Noel. Look at this. Look at that beautiful front cover. And this is, as it describes, festive tales for a Nordic Noel. Some that I'm familiar with, The Little Match Girl by Hans Christian Andersen from Denmark. Some that I'm not at all familiar with. Oh, The Fir Tree, I'm also familiar with that. But yeah, from all over from different authors from different parts of Scandinavia. Christmas Guest from Selma Lagerlöf of Sweden. Round the Yule Log, Peter Christian Asbjørnsen, Norway. Yeah, and like I said, some that I'm familiar with, some that I'm not. So I'm going to have a wonderful time reading those on the run up to Christmas. And this does sound truly Scandinavian and wonderful, so beautiful. Then I've got 2 that I bought myself yesterday in Waterstones. The first one is The Very Merry Murder Club. This is edited by Serena Patel and Robin Stevens. This is 13 winter mysteries, and it's a middle grade book. Again, all these beautiful end papers. There must be the order of the day for Christmas books. And yeah, it's 13 wintry mysteries. Are you ready to enter the fun house or take on the beast that lurks in the park? What about the trip of the magical lands to the Frost Wilds or hit the slopes on a ski trip to remember? But watch out, murder and mysteries await. Have you got what it takes to solve the case? So this sounds super fun and that you can sort of solve the case as you go. Also, there's like illustrations and like little case files and stuff like that. I think it's going to be very, very fun. So yeah, I'm going to have a look and see if I recognise any of the names of people here. Not one. I don't recognise. Oh, Elle McNichol. What have I read by Elle McNichol? That's the only name I recognise. That's exciting to me. So that means that's 12 new people to discover. So yeah, very exciting. And then this, which I didn't even know existed. Like, it's so exciting when you're looking for Christmas books and then you find Christmas books that you've never even heard of. And that's At Christmas We Feast. And this is a non-fiction book about festive food through the ages by Annie Gray. Yeah, it's as it says, it's got all about different foods and when they came into it. I imagine there'll be a lot of history on sort of like the Victorian times, which is when Christmas, basically, the Christmas as we know it became invented. From plum pottage to Christmas pudding. Oh look, a suggested bill of fare for the 25th of December. This is from 1807. What were they eating then? First course was, oh God, this looks so confusing. Oh my God, there's so many options. Semmels and poivrade sauce, I don't know what that is. Beef collops à la torture and truffles. 3 sweetbreads, larded glazed and asparagus peas. Oh my God. A fowl à la daube larded and mushrooms. 3 chickens boiled in Seine à la reine. Well, very exciting. So yeah, I'm going to be, oh God, I love non-fiction about food anyway. So to combine that with Christmas, yes please, very excited. Then I've got 2 children's books. The first one is Penguin Parcel by Victoria Cassanel. It's very cute, isn't it? Look, little snowman, no, polar bear opening a parcel that's got a penguin in it. And yeah, looks so lovely. Polar bear lived a quiet life and that was just the way he liked it. I wonder if he's going to get a penguin in the post. But yeah, very exciting sort of wintry Christmassy book. And then this, the most exciting. This is going to be re-gifted on to my niece, who I hope will love it. And I've seen a few of these around. This is an advent calendar book collection. And this is the Gruffalo and Friends one by Julia Donaldson and Axel Scheffler. And this is a countdown to Christmas with 24 mini books. And look, it comes like a big book, lovely big book with a little ribbon. And then you open it up, and as it would suggest, the advent calendar aspect of it is in. So let's have a look at number 1. Number 1's here, and then all of these little books are individually in a little sleeve. I'll put it there, look, I'll put it there holding it up like that. Individually in little sleeves, and then you pop them out, and you've got a little book per day. So this is the Gruffalo colouring book. So there's a selection of colouring books, activity books, song books, little story books, and all of which are in this beautiful setup. Now, I believe these to be quite good value. Yeah, this is £20. So if you think that's like less than £1 a day, like, and to get a little book or a little something Christmassy, I think it's such a lovely, lovely thing. And I think my niece is going to be beside herself about it. I'm really looking forward to giving it to her. So yeah, I've seen a few of these, but this one, she loves the Gruffalo, so this is perfect for her. But yeah, for 20 quid, I think that's pretty good value. Yeah, so those are my books that I've received at the end of October, the beginning of November. Do let me know how your Christmas reading collating is coming. Will you be reading Christmassy books? Is that what you've got planned? And if you've read any of these books, have you read The Appeal by Janice Hallett? Would be interested to know. And yeah, I'll see you all again soon for another BookTube video.